Hi, ladies. I am back. I am trying to check to see if this is working well before we begin. And it is already almost midnight, right? It's already midnight. It's 12:02. I'm serious about talking to you guys in the middle of the night when I'm up. I'm up. Are you up, ladies? How old are you? Put it in the comments. Please like and subscribe. This is Tanya LaShawn Parker and Dip. And I am not going to talk about my photography. I am going to talk about my feelings and I'm going to pray. Uh, Please share this with other folks. I'm looking right now. Let's see. Yeah, I can't really tell. Oh, view channel. Here we go. So it's not letting me show myself, which is funny. You can see that you just see the photography part. Let's see. Um, I'm gonna try something. I wonder why it's doing that. Hmm. Like it should let me just see me, but it's showing. Let me see. View the channel in the middle. Oh, there we are. Hi. I see myself. Let me turn that down. I was only looking at my nice little cover. So this is what I have. I'm in my room. I'm in my room. You can see my bed behind me. There's a bed behind me, and you could see a little library I got back there. I ain't gonna shrink. And I have this in front of me. How are you? I've put it in the title here, what I'm working on. In the middle. What are you in the middle of? Is it difficult? Are you in the middle of a good relationship? Are you in the middle of a failed relationship that you feel like it's failed? If so, cheers. Got me some water for that. Um, I got married in 2007, and I am currently in one state and my husband's in another. So I wanted to just peek at what this is all about. Now, women, you may be suffering. This may be triggering to you. I am praying that God will just let me encourage, let me build you up. So please, if you don't get this now while I'm doing this, if you see it another day, please let me know what you thought. It's not easy for someone to just come out to be raw and vulnerable. I'm not a celebrity. I hold no status. I am a creative and I love God. I'm learning how to take care of myself. Yeah. I'm learning how to listen to folks that are eating healthier. So I've been on this, let me see, I started a few weeks ago. Yeah. Wow. I started, I think, on the 12th. No, I started around the maybe before that. I am a vegan now. I did it a long time ago for a short time, but I'm really trying hard. So I'm in the middle of being healthier. No makeup in my face. I do have a lot of freckles and moles, but it is what it is. 55 and still alive. I'm in the middle. All right. So let's look at 365 pocket prayers for women. This was given to me during the holidays. I thought it was really nice. So, what day are we on? We are on day 29, and today is my friend's birthday. Imora, I love you. I nicknamed her Crystal Garnet. Me and her chose the name when she was a preteen. She is 22 today, and before she was a preteen, she was 9 or 8. And I gave all these girls the opportunity to name themselves. And I'll ask you what I asked them. If you were a gem, what would your name be? Put it in the comment. I um I can't remember for sure, but I think I said I was sapphire diamond, but now that I think about it, I would be a ruby, red pretty ruby. And ironically, that's the name of my the pastor's or the evangelist's wife in our congregation. But the reason why I chose ruby is because it was a ring in my mom's jewelry box that I used to play around with, and I was told as a little girl it was a ruby, and it was the prettiest thing in the box. And my mom was away at prison and a correctional facility for some years. And I used to open this jewelry box and just look at these things like, what is my mom like? I was just learning as a little girl. Maybe I was 5 or 6 or 7. And I remember loving this ruby. By the way, my mom was born in July. And so I just want to say that she was born in July, but her name was June. Isn't that cute? So we are on day 29. So how about we look in this book on day 29? And Imora and anybody else who's celebrating a new year, happy birthday. I'm going to read this as quickly as I can. And I'm going to make this short and sweet because I want women to come back and see it and hear this and not be like, wow, she was going on too long. I don't know what you're doing, but if you're up in the middle of the night, this is perfect for you. Okay, let me just make sure. Yeah. Oh boy. So on day 29, this is day 29, that says, talks about doubt, a prayer about doubt. When I need to overcome doubt. Oh my gosh. Let's read that. Father God, I know that doubt can either be a trap door leading to fear or a doorway opening to confident faith. You know what? I better put them glasses on. It's supposed to be a prayer, right? These aren't even the glasses I normally want to use, but my glasses are ready. I just need to go pick them up. I just didn't want to spend the extra $75. After insurance, that's my part. Hmm. Go figure. I need to not doubt and make sure I get my money together so I can go ahead and get those since I'm taking care of myself, right? A prayer about doubt. When I need to overcome doubt. Father God, I know that doubt can either be a trapdoor leading to fear or a doorway opening to confident faith. When I can't see your help, but I can choose to trust you anyway, and you act, my faith is strengthened. You want me to express my faith in you before you respond, because if I wait until after you act, it's not really faith. So when you call me to a task, as you did with Gideon, I know I shouldn't be surprised when it seems that the obstacles are stacking up. You may be preparing to show me that you are the one coming to rescue me, to my rescue. That deliverance didn't come because of my own efforts. When Gideon's army dwindled to only a few soldiers, he realized that he was no longer in charge. Only you could help him. You did mightily, and your name was glorified throughout Israel. Teach me to realize that when I can't accomplish a job on my own, when I'm ready to give you the credit, and when even amid doubts, I hold on to my belief that you have called me to do something for you, then I'll be in possession. I'll be in a position to see you work. Excuse me. Let me put this up for a moment. Right. I didn't want to cough in your ear. Lord said to Gideon, "You have too many warriors with you. If I let if I let all of you fight the Midianites, the Israelites will boast to me that they saved themselves by their own strength. Bring them down to the spring, and I will test them to determine who will go with you and who will not." The Lord told Gideon, "With these 300 men, I will rescue you and give you victory over the Midianites. Send all the others home." Judges chapter 7, verse 3, and verse 7 and verse 4. That's powerful. So we can talk about that for a minute. Doubting. I think it's interesting that I'm in a position where I'm starting over again. I'm looking for a new job. It hasn't been my strength to keep a job for more than a year recently. It just seemed like I had one for a few years. I had one for a few years, and I remember when I had one for 5 years. I was an office administrator of a union. I was in my prime, so I could be talking to the women in their prime. If you are in your prime, I will advise you to put those pennies away, to invest, to get help with how to handle your money wisely. I was a single mom during those days of my prime, and you know what? I loved every minute of it. I had learned about God. I had been in the Word since age 25, and yeah, by 30 years old, I was like, "This is it." But that job didn't last. A lot of things don't last, and I doubted I could ever get anything like that again. In fact, I struggled to believe it. I struggled so hard. I was depressed. I forgot all the things I had achieved, and it just went down the drain for a little while. I sympathize with people that are struggling with their faith when they feel depressed, when they feel confused, when they lose a job. But all I know is that I've learned to come back to God. I've learned to talk to Him. I've learned to pray. I've learned to not feel like all the years being in a marriage and now I feel like it's been wasted. I can't say that. In fact, I keep a wedding picture right up where I can see it. I did cover his face with a little flower, but he's still there. I didn't cut it out or anything. I don't wish any ill harms on my husband. I just know that this was not for me. I have deep convictions that this was the wrong thing to do, but I can't go back. I can't moonwalk. I can't start over and say I'm in my 30s again and here I am. I am in my 50s. Things are slowing down. Things are shutting down. Things are uh, happening to me at a speed of light. Like, I can wake up one day and feel a pain, or another day and feel depressed. I can wake up one morning and feel like it's too hot in the room, but the window is open. I'm learning to look at myself and see the new wrinkles in my face, or, you know, the shifting of my teeth, the teeth that have had to come out. And because I didn't have the money, I couldn't get them filled again. And I'm like, wow, there's so many things that are happening. But the the most amazing part is that I don't feel like I'm walking in quicksand. Mm-mm. I don't feel like this is it. In fact, I always look forward to God just showing me something new and beautiful. I try to make things interesting in my life. Right now, I have these almonds, sliced almonds. I remember when I thought I was allergic to all nuts and I was breaking out. You know what I was allergic to? Stress in the marriage. Stress was really hurting my body. And now I can have sliced almonds, one of my favorites. Another thing I noticed that I don't do anymore is stay up late just watching movies. I can if I want a little bit, but I'll fall asleep. I don't have the strength and I don't need to. I know I did something recently. I wish I would not have done it. Ladies, when you are on this health kick, when you are working on your lifestyle, try not to go backwards. I did. I confess. One of these days I went backwards and I didn't even have a desire for the sugar. But because it was in the house, where was my self control? It went out the window. I said, "Oh, I'll just eat 1 donut, 2 donut, 3 donut." I ate like 6 of those powdered donuts, and I don't even eat powdered donuts. Did my body rebel on me? Your body will rebel on you when you are working on cleansing yourself and doing better. This Bible has helped me for a long time. It's a little beat up. I think my favorite is always Psalm 119. I talked to people about that. I think I talked to some women about that last time. And I asked some people to look up scriptures on in Psalm 119, like meditate on the word meditate, the word heart, the word. And I just want to leave you with this. Hold on to it. I'll look at Psalm 119, verse 67, because it is the truth. I do not feel afflicted right now like I was, and I have suffered greatly. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I obey your word. What is the word telling you to do, ladies, if you're in the Bible? Do you love it? Do you wear a cross? Do you preach about God? A lot of women can be very charismatic with their friends. But when you're by yourself, when you're depressed and afraid and scared, do you just remember that God is right there? I ask that God touch your life and help you. And I'm specifically reaching out to women that are married to men that are having a hard time or if you're separated. I beg you not to hate that man. I beg you. I beg you not to hold the grudge. I beg you not to doubt that God can heal you. And some of you might go back and stay in the marriage. And those of you that cannot, then, ask God for help and wisdom. So that's it for tonight. I just wanted to get on really quickly. I've been taking care of myself and I just feel like I'm well rested and ready to go to bed now. You have a good one. Take care. Bye for now. Please like and subscribe. You never know when you're going to catch me in the middle of the night. What are you in the middle of?